we need people to come back and spend that. If you have extra, if you are earning more right now, above and beyond what you're saving and investing, use the extra money that you have to spend. Always look for companies that you believe would still be better after the pandemic. I've been very, very consistent in telling you, just buy the big ones, buy the good ones, buy the ones that hindi kayo kakabahan kahit mag-lockdown tayo, because you know the company's big, because you know the company's resilient. Hey guys, so we are in interesting times once again. I think over the past 1 or 2 weeks, we've seen the market drop. But after that drop, we've seen it also start to consolidate once again. We've seen a lot of those large cap stocks. Over at least for the midterm, we've seen them start to slope down. We've seen highs start to get lower, which means that there were certain support levels that were broken, and as those support levels were broken, it confirmed the higher lows that we have. But also after breaking down from those support levels, we've seen it also start to consolidate a bit for the short term. So that's the current narrative, and I'm saying this from the value turnover from yesterday. I think it was around 4 or 5 billion pesos, which was very, very weak, which shows you that not a lot of people are participating. Not a lot of investors are really in it, which means also that a lot of people who have cash are not willing either to see it as a bottom picking opportunity, or in the same way, there are not a lot of people who want to buy the market higher. Up until now, we are filming this right past Holy Week. There's still a lot of uncertainty given that we've seen ECQ extended, and we don't know if that will be the end of it. We're not too sure if it might be extended even further. As of now, data is still showing that the cases are still high, infection rates are still high. We are seeing a lot of the hospital beds being filled up. You put all of that together, it's adding a shroud of uncertainty right now for the Philippine markets, which, as what I've said in the previous videos, when there's uncertainty, a lot of people don't want to transact. A lot of people want to stay in the sidelines and be in cash as well. Here's what I think the difference is with the lockdowns that we are experiencing right now as compared to what we had last year. So what I feel right now is more people have adjusted to this already, in a way that there are a lot of businesses, there are a lot of companies, and even individuals who have adjusted on how they can maneuver the lockdowns as well. So again, also looking at it from a different perspective, yung lockdowns last year, we were coming from a position of strength, meaning madaming pera, madaming kinita yung mga companies in 2019 that they had cash to be able to somehow buffer what's going on. Fast forward now, we are coming also from the lows of 2020, meaning it's not as fruity in terms of how the balance sheets of companies are, and that's why they've also been borrowing, raising a lot of capital also. And we are at a point where not a lot of companies and individuals were at a higher position in terms of their cash. Even in terms of looking at their sales, looking at their income, we are not where we were before. There's uncertainty, but it's not as unknown as what it was before. And then in terms of adding layers of uncertainty in this, we've seen even inflation start to creep up, which I think is something to watch out for also, because if you have the population whose incomes have been hit in general, which allows it to become harder for the broad economy as a whole. And also, if you do note that there have been measures also done by the government, there have been laws that have been passed to somehow alleviate this, to somehow help people, and to somehow also give dole outs to people that need it. I think that adds a bit of spending power in the population. We need people to come back and spend, and that's why I've said it also to a lot of people that if you have extra, if you are earning more right now, above and beyond what you're saving and investing, use the extra money that you have to spend, because the more you spend, the more you make the wheels of the economy turn. At least for Philippine markets, I've been segmenting things into 3 ways right now: position trading, core investing for the long term, and also dividend investing. So given that we've seen a lot of downward volatility, we've seen a lot of those dividend stocks that have been battered. Pretty much also the telco space. If you look at it, you have the PLDTs and the Globes down. They're the ones that should benefit from all of these lockdowns, because people would be staying at home more, And the use of telcos, the use of data would be even stronger, thus placing a larger impact on what they could earn also for 2021. Telcos related to dividends, I've been just picking them up. I've just been accumulating. For those who have been following my Bitcoin videos, I have been stacking them with the main goal of pag mas mababa siya, I get a higher dividend yield. Ganun din for REITs. Given that we have 2 REITs only, and by the time that I'm making this video, a REIT has continued to move up. Prior to it moving up, that was the time also na bumabagsak yung Philippine markets. I was get bits and pieces of it around, I think it was around the 32 peso mark. Between the two, it was DD Maritime Prime right now that's down. It's even lower than its listing price. So every time I have the opportunity to pick up dividend stocks and get it at a lower price and then just hold on to it and just get the dividends on a regular basis, I would. So yun yung focus ko, at least for my dividend portfolio. Same is true also for Meralco and SPC, which I've mentioned in the previous videos. SPC though, di siya bumababa, but I bought some because the dividend yield still for it is something that's okay for me. Ganun din sa Meralco, the lower it is, the better and more attractive the yields would be for me. And then looking at yung longer term positioning, at least for the core portfolio, always look for companies that you believe would still be better after the pandemic. I've been very, very consistent in telling you, just buy the big ones, buy the good ones, buy the ones that hindi kayo kakabahan kahit mag-lockdown tayo, because you know the company's big, because you know the company's resilient. And I've been saying this over and over that even BDO, if you look at it right now, it's very, very close to 100, very, very close to 101. Even from a technical analysis standpoint, it's at the support and it's been moving sideways for quite some time already. So the way you could do it, especially if you're an investor, is you could pick it up because it's a good company. You could pick it up because it's one of the most sound banking companies here in the Philippines. If it goes down, that's where how you allocate your cash and your portfolio would play a significant role into this, because if it drops and you have cash, that's where you can also start to tranche it. So ganun yung pwede nyo gawin. Yung strategy also ngayon is that because we don't know how this would end, how long this would be, it would be nice to have a position when everyone's scared, when everyone's frightened. But also, since we do not know how low it could possibly go, or if this is the lowest already, it would be nice to enter, but it would be nice to have still cash that should it go lower, may pangsalo. Kung ito na yung lowest, pag akit niya, you could also start to position as well. Then for the position trading portfolio naman, as what I've mentioned on the top of this video, a lot of the stocks that are a bit interesting for me still have not reversed into uptrend. I just have to be patient in that portfolio to actually wait to see it start to reverse once again. But again, just a quick reminder to everyone, I know I've mentioned a lot of stocks, but this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence. Please do your own research. If you have a financial advisor, talk to them. This is just me, a stock investor, trader, sharing my ideas that I do hope it adds value to all of you as well. Before I continue with what I'm saying, I'm having a technical analysis course which is happening this May. It will be online via Zoom. So for those of you who want to learn more about how you can trade the markets using technical analysis, we have links in the description below that's aimed to actually help you learn more about it. What's candlestick, what's MACD, what's the trend line, what's support and resistance, how do you plot it, what's an ADX, what's a parabolic SAR, what's a Bollinger Band, how do you mix and match all of those indicators and oscillators together. That's what we're going to talk about live in May 2021 via Zoom. What am I also looking at right now? As you've been watching naman, I've been pretty much a very, very staunch advocate of US tech stocks and also the cryptocurrency market. So aside from that, yung super na-excite ako from yesterday, we've seen BNB continually push. I've posted my favorite cryptocurrencies, and part of that was also BNB, which just continued to push into highs. In the same way also, we've seen Ethereum continually stay above its all-time high level. So watch out for Ethereum at around the $2,000 mark. I think that would be a very interesting support level to watch. So yung skills natin for technical sa Philippine stocks, pwede nyo pa rin i-deploy even if you are trading and investing in Bitcoin. And then what was surprising yesterday was XRP. I have XRP, but it's a very, very small part of the entire portfolio. I think it's even less than 5% of the total crypto portfolio that I have. And then the entire crypto portfolio is a very small part of the entire investing portfolio naman. So that's why I'm okay to take different and segmented risks attached to this. It even went higher than I think its previous resistance. That's what makes it very interesting. And also looking at it, at least just measuring 2021, the cryptos that I have, even including BNB and XRP, they have beat a lot of the stock positions that I have for the year as well. We've seen Tesla have a lot of upward volatility, and then Facebook also, which is one of my favorite and longest held US tech stocks, it continually pushed higher. So it was pretty exciting outside the Philippine markets. There's a lot of movement also that's happening. It's not as exciting in the Philippine markets right now, but here's the thing, you don't need naman to be excited to make money. There's still opportunities in the Philippine markets for you to be able to position that when things get better, you already have a good position in it. For those who are also into dividends, you are also at a position to be able to pick them up with a higher dividend yield for you. So I think that's what's super interesting about it as well. This is where discipline should kick in, meaning even if you're not excited about it, even if I'm not super excited about the Philippine markets, it's discipline, it's strategy that still pushes me to deploy capital into it, to invest into it as well. And I just wanted to mention this, that sometimes it's easier to invest pag madami kang pang-invest, pag madami kang sobrang cash na pwedeng i-deploy, but you become more creative pag nalagay mo na yung kailangan mong ilagay. You have to be very selective on what you're supposed to buy, because hindi mo naman kasi pwede bilhin lahat, especially if what you have allocated is limited. Having more cash allows you to become looser in terms of how you analyze, but if sakto talaga, you have to be very strict in the way you do it, kasi baka mas konti yung pangsalo mo, hindi ganun kadami yung pwede mong gamitin pang diversify. And that's where also skill is also born. I guess key takeaways from this before I put this to a close is that number one, you have to be very strict and very selective right now on the way you would deploy whatever capital you have and whatever asset class it may be. In a time now where there's lesser excitement, that's where your discipline and strategy should push you to allow you to follow your trading plan, because at the end of the day, this will pass. When we look back at this video 10 years from now, o nga no, you would always say na buti na lang nag-invest ako, buti na lang naglagay ako ng pera, buti na lang that I deployed capital right now, because even if it puts you at a risk na mawala yung pera mo, you would still be better off if it was invested, if it was planted, than spending it buying stuff that you won't need. That mentality, in my opinion, will already push you that you are way above everyone else, because everyone else right now, at least majority of the population, still wants to spend. But if you are part of the 1% who's focusing more on investing, who's focusing more on deploying capital, that will place you in a very different category altogether. But doing this, no, I'll say this over and over, it's not get rich quick. It's not something like what you will see in most YouTube channels na, oh, lagay ka pera dito, yayaman ka kagad, or you could buy those flashy things. Please remember, financial freedom is different from just having a lot of flashy things. Financial freedom is the independence that you can live the life that you want when you want also, and it doesn't also mean buying all of those stuff. It just means that you are happy with what you have. You have more than enough, that even if you stop working, you have enough assets, you have enough investments, or you also have cash flow. It doesn't matter if it's investments or assets, but as long as you have cash flow that will take care of your expenses, then you are also good. By the way, if you're new to this, my name is Marvin Germo. If you got value from this and you want more of videos like this, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you get updated every time I come up with new content like this. And if you appreciate it, pakipindot na rin yung like button, because it will deeply help this video to be pushed to a lot of people as well. If you want to know more about me, I have links in the description below about the videos that I have, the books that I've written, and all of the other things that will help you if you want to invest in the markets. And for those who want to invest in US markets, we have links for eToro below, along with Binance, which will allow you also to invest in the cryptocurrency market. So that's it for now. This is Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, and God bless you all. Mag-mathematical test ako. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 2 plus 2 equals 4. 3 plus 3 equals 6. Yun lang. Have a great day. Walang kwenta tong post-credit scene na to. I don't even know if bakit ako nagpapalagay ng post-credit scene. Pinagtitripan lang ako ng editor. Feeling ko. Oh. Kung nandito kayo hanggang ngayon sa dulo ng video na to, umabot to ng 10,000 likes, sasayaw ako sa TikTok. Totoo. Pero joke lang din yan. Feeling ko joke lang lahat to. Bye-bye. Guys, ganito ako mag-type no. So, nandito yung laptop ko. Behind the scenes of what I do. So, yan pala, nag-StarCraft ako yesterday. Yeah, 3 games. Pag hindi ka pala naglaro for like 2 or 3 months, you're not gonna be so good anymore.